Hey guys, it's Thursday. I just got off of work, and actually not really got off. I'm gonna go back to work later. I just had to get out of the office. I wasn't getting much work done. I just needed a break, and I'm gonna head over to the Chapter 291 motorcycle ride, and I think a ride is in order. I'm actually kind of tired because I haven't been getting a lot of sleep this whole week due to the fact that I've been staying up late. And there's a thing about going to Toronto on Saturday, and it's pending. And so they've been putting off this trip. And if I don't go on Saturday, hey, I'm not going. And you know what? To be honest, I really don't want to travel because, you know, I leave on Saturday and I arrive there Sunday, late Sunday. I lose about 22 hours for travel time and an hour to drive down to Burlington, which is 1 hour south of Toronto. And then when I'm done with that, then I gotta hit the sack as soon as possible, so I can go to sleep and start work on Monday. And when Monday's done, I work till Friday, and when Friday's done, let's see, I get to bed as soon as I can, and then I hit the airport. So there's no real time to fool around. They've got me on a very tight schedule, and I'm not excited about this type of travel. I like the kind of travel where, you know, I'll have like a weekend where I can at least take it easy. You know, if I'm traveling, let's say I travel to Toronto, I get to at least spend one day just to cruise around, or go down to Niagara Falls or something. But unfortunately, I'm liking these vacations, I mean not vacations, these trips, these business trips, less and less and less. And so there it is. Now somebody sent me a message about my bike, and he was asking questions, and he wanted to know what kind of bike to get, and he asked me, well, why'd I get a 1000cc bike? Well, let me start from the beginning. When I first got a motorcycle, I ended up getting a 600cc Katana. And there was a reason for that. Everybody was saying, you know what, it's not a matter of if you're going to drop it, it's a matter of when you're going to drop your motorcycle. And you know what, I took that advice very seriously from a lot of people, from just about everybody. Everybody was saying that, and so I took it seriously, and I bought the Katana because it was cheap. It was about let's see, no, it was just cheap. It was under $2,000, and it had already been crashed. So the fairings are cracked, and the muffler was scraped up. And so sure enough, you know, while moving the bike, I dropped it. And when you're a new motorcyclist, that's not uncommon. That happens quite a bit. I mean, you know, for you bikers, you know what I'm talking about. It's not easy. I mean, it's fairly easy. If you're not careful, you're going to drop that 400-pound thing. So I did. I dropped it 3 times. After my 3rd time, I told myself, okay, I have enough. I've had enough mistakes, experience, and so I'm ready for my next bike where I can get something nicer. And I did. I got my next bike was a Suzuki SV650, a V-twin bike. The 650 is actually a much easier bike to ride because it's a V-twin. It has a broad power band in the lower RPM range, so you don't have to shift as much. That's why it's easier. All you do is twist and go for the most part. So that's why they're great bikes to ride. V-twins are just great bikes for beginners. And so one of my buddies, I bought that. The SV650 was actually purchased from a mechanic who was actually very short. He was 5 foot tall, and so he had trimmed the forks. He had cut the forks ever so slightly, and he had trimmed the suspension, the rear suspension, by adding lowering links. So he did a professional job at it, and he made it into, and he also shaved the seat so that his feet could could go flat on the could sit flat on the ground. So it was all done. It was it was done properly, and it was lowered, and it was really a great bike to flick back and forth because it was so low to the ground. I really learned how to do, get the balls to do some sharp turns with that guy, and to do, yeah, and just to really get good at riding. And I'm still a beginner. I'm not that good at it yet. On the Katana, the 600 inline 4 engine, I put in, how many miles? I put in 800 miles in 2 weeks, and then I moved on to my Suzuki SV650. I put in 4,000 miles, and let's see, from April to October, let's see, April to October, so 6 months, put in 4,000 miles. And then from November till now, I got the R1, Yamaha R1, which is the 1000cc bike. Now the reason I sold the Suzuki S650 was because my buddy, who was short, was looking for a bike for the longest time, and he couldn't find anything that suited, that met his needs. But my bike was just perfect, and so he kept bugging me and bugging me and bugging me. Okay, and I finally said, okay, buy it. You can buy it, and this was a good chance for me to upgrade. So here I am. I got my 1000cc bike, and that's the story. And here these guys have assembled for the Chapter 291 ride. And I guess they're early, and I'm just going to stroll on by to say hi. I gotta go get something to eat. And that's it. That's the story. That's my log for now. Ciao.